So I'm going to show you around my studio a little bit. I only have a small space right now. I'm going to be moving to a live space soonish, like in a month or two. And so it'll be bigger. You know, when I was on Cape Cod, all I dreamt about was having a proper studio. Like a studio would have been great. Now I'm on my second and looking at a third. And this has been like, these spaces have been a dream of mine. And if anyone has been watching, you know, my videos or reading my blog, I'm sure everyone's so fascinated. But it's been a really tough year. I took a studio last year and I had to give it up because something I had really fell through. The people really failed me on an epic level. Like, oh my God, this would have made such a great Richard Dreyfuss tragedy in the 70s, or, you know, Paul Giamatti, you know, things fall apart kind of things, kind of movie. But anyway, I'm on my second space. I'm looking at a third, and hopefully, things will look up. You know, we'll be looking up, and I can sail for a while. But anyway, I'm in my studio. I've been here since last night, and I've been trying really hard to work. When I work on many paintings at once. Right now I'm working on 6, which I'm going to show you in a sec. But I have this illness called RSD, and as I said 2 seconds ago, God, I'm tired. It's knocked the stuffing out of me, and it's made walking difficult. It's made staying awake difficult. The pain has been so overwhelming. I just end up passing out, almost literally passing out, and still yet not quite falling asleep, because that's RSD. You're still in excruciating pain even when you're passed out and asleep because of the pain. This is going to relate to a point I am going to get to it in a few minutes. But so I've been drinking my veggie juice that I make here in the studio, and I make it home, and I've been drinking my fresh fruit juice that I make here in the studio. For some reason, bananas and watermelon help relieve the pain, and also kombucha tea, which a friend of mine gives me every week, and I just love that stuff. But I'm going to stop babbling and show you a little bit of what I've been doing and what my studio looks like at the end of the weekend. You'll see one painting over here. I'm doing 2 paintings of 2 different drag queens who work together. So they've been side by side and upside down and all around the studio as I work at them. The first one was Maddie. There's the fellow he works with. He does shows with, excuse me. That's my friend Heather. I'm working on her portrait. And we go around the studio. And all of this stuff that you're seeing, it's all on wheels. It's constantly getting pushed around so that I can just keep seeing things from new directions and working. There's my bugs, my Craig Grab clock. Bugsy! Bugsy! There's our little radio. That's one of my painting stations. I have a couple. I have another one on wheels. And periodically I'll use other tables as well. There's the painting Melanie. She's been up for about a month. I've been working on her, I think. Not a full month, but like four weekends. There's Un Simple Soldat number 2. Really happy with the changes. And then we're back to my friend Maddie. Under one of the paintings, there we go. Under one of the paintings is a 6th painting. It's over here. It's a raven that I'm working on. It's a 2nd edition of a red raven I'm working on. Now I just showed you six different paintings. The studio's fairly tidy, not perfectly tidy. But I'm showing these because I've been thinking about something, or actually I think about this all the time. When I worked on Cape Cod, I worked for a company called Trader Joe's. And I have almost nothing nice to say about them. I was part of the art department on Cape Cod. If you go to Trader Joe's in Hyannis, there is or was a map of Cape Cod on the wall. I did it. And I started to put in all kinds of signs and symbols on it that were all about me, nothing to do with anyone else. but I put in just little places that I went to and things that meant things to me. Well, I don't work there anymore because I got badly injured on the job, just pushed in a corner by my boss and badly injured. But although I have nothing nice to say about them, within my first month of getting that job and me working furiously to produce work that they wanted, or I thought they wanted, or whatever, I don't even know. I was asked to do chalkboards. They have chalkboards where you have to put the product and prices and all that up. Well, I really hadn't done those before, so it was new to me, and I was frantic and worried that they were going to fire me because I wasn't getting it right away. And the assistant manager, and we had to do murals, and just there was so much work done, and there was a team of people, but if I didn't get it right, I was the new guy. I was going to be fired, so I was freaking out. Well, the assistant manager grabbed me and pulled me aside, and she said, "Becky, you've got to calm down." She said, "This job is a marathon, not a race." And there was a bunch of other stuff that she said in there, but this is a marathon, not a race. Has stuck with me ever since. Obviously, I don't work there any longer, God, and neither does the stupid boss who kept pushing me to work faster and faster and faster to the point I ripped the tendons off my elbows. But anyway, you know, here we are 9-10 years later, and I can do this. I can work on 6 paintings at once because that one sentence stuck with me. And it said to me, it translated to, keep yourself organized, plan out what you do, what you're going to do, which I do. It's a habit of mine, planning out 6 months, a year in advance when I'm going to be painting. And it said, don't focus on one tiny little thing in the painting and obsess over it, or in the work that you're doing. Because this is a marathon. And if you get yourself stuck in that, you're not going to be able to finish the entire project. You won't be able to go from project to project to project to project. You're going to burn out on that one thing. This is a marathon, not a race. I don't have to get that finished today. I don't have to get that finished today. It's important that I get it right. So I give myself time, and I go from project to project to project to project. I keep myself organized. I keep my space fairly clean. I keep myself as healthy as I possibly can, so that I can do this for the rest of my life. So when I'm 80, I'm still doing this. I heard an interview yesterday with James Earl Jones and Angela Lansbury. It was on the Tavis Smiley show. I listened to the radio. Both of them are in their 80s, and both of them are still acting. They're both on stage. They're both doing television, movies, whatever they can, but mainly stage work. They love the excitement of it. And that's what I'm hoping to get to, is producing work when I'm still 80. If I make it that long, 80, 90 years old, I want to still be painting. If I focus on the one thing and burn myself out, I won't make it. If I keep myself calm, keep myself organized, let the work flow, I'm going to make the marathon. Something like that. You know, finish the marathon. I don't know what it is. Anyway, that's the goal, is to keep this a marathon, not a, I'm sweaty and I'm in pain. So I'm going to stop the marathon and the race right now and take a little rest and then clean up, and I got to go home. But there we are. Ciao.